Hey guys, what's going on? TJ Stokes here, doing a game of React here on Gamer System 101. Tyler's not joining me. There's no Adam, there's nobody. It's me, TJ Stokes, and we're just gonna talk the new WWE 2k16 news, the gameplay improvements, the entrances, everything that's been coming out all day. It's insane. Gamescom has just begun. Everything is really insane. I know some people have already covered this, but you guys have not heard a game of React from me. And if you guys are new to the channel, you guys do not know what game of React is. Game of React is a series that we do here to kind of replace reviews, to break news. Well, not break news, discuss news, and just have a good old time discussing it. Sometimes it'll be myself, sometimes it'll be Tyler, sometimes it'll be people that we know associated with us to come on the channel and talk about appropriate subjects that we feel work for each other. So it could be anything that breaks out. It's insane. But today we're going to be handling WWE 2k16 and all the great goodness that have come out. So we're going to talk about a few improvements. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article, but don't expect me to read the whole thing. I am not your reading teacher. So last year was challenging for WWE 2K15 as console generation transitions often are for sports sims. On top of the challenge that came with rebuilding an established franchise to meet the expectations that came with the new hardware, visual concepts and use opted to radically change, the gameplay direction of the long-running wrestling series. So, they had a bunch of yada yada yada. That was the first paragraph. Alright. So, I'm going to sum this up real quick for you guys. I'm going to be honest with this article, because I'm reacting to it. I'm not here to break the news. That's IGN's. For God's sake, that's other people. I'm here to react to it. Pretty much what this article states, I'm going to link it in the description for you guys, so you guys can actually go read it yourself. I'm not your reading teacher. So, and you guys clearly heard there, I am not your reading teacher. I'm not able to read fluently. I can do a decent little bit, but that only lasts so long. So, with that, guys, came a lot of greatness. The roster is going to be huge, which we've kind of already known for a little bit, but that's great. I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about any of this news, actually. It feels like they actually been listening. It feels like 2K, you guys have been listening and listening and listening. Maybe not to me, but you guys have been listening to everybody in the community that have been saying, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, and you guys have done that. I feel like this is great, and you guys are probably like, what is he talking about? But, they completely got rid of a lot of things, and they brought them back this year, and I don't know how many match types they're bringing back, but they brought back some match types, and the simulation style is getting better. It already was pretty decent on 2K15, wasn't bad. It's getting better for 2K16, and I bet they're going to keep on fixing it throughout the next few games. The chain wrestling's changed a little bit. The reversals, that's going to be cool. What's going on with the reversals? That's interesting. All of this stuff is different. I have never expected this to happen, to where like the reversal system is, I don't know, I guess they limit your reversals and it feels more like a match. I want to see how that looks in game, and how matches are going to be playing out. I don't know necessarily how that looks yet. We'll have to find out, but that's really exciting to me, and it's a good gameplay mechanic. That's insane. So my career is back, and this time it's going to go further, all the way to you going to the Hall of Fame. So you're going to go into the Hall of Fame this year. I didn't really play my career, but I know it stopped. It skipped a few years, stopped, and it's over. And I kind of figured there was a Hall of Fame ceremony, because I just assumed that's kind of common sense, but there was no Hall of Fame ceremony, apparently. Create a Diva, create a show, create an arena, create a championship are back. Yes! Yes! Oh my lord, it's about time. So if the NXT arenas are not in the game this year, well, 2K16, if all the NXT pay-per-views like TakeOver, Arrival, I don't know, what other ones were they? Oh man, I can't think of anyone. Well, Fatal 4-Way I don't think would be in there anyway. What's the other one that I liked? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here on the other takeovers, but the other NXT specials would probably be in there. If they're not in the game, I think they could just easily be on Community Creations now. So that's great that it's back. Create a Diva, that was kind of stupid that it wasn't in the game at all. Out of everything to take out, they took out Create a Diva. That's weird. Create a Show, finally add that back into Universe mode. I might actually get rid of SmackDown on Universe mode. Who knows? Maybe. No. Impact looks just like SmackDown, but people hate on Impact, so I probably won't do that. And Create a Belt is back, so Create a Championship is finally back in the game. That's cool. And Universe Mode is definitely back, of course. Universe Mode, wrestlers can now be booked for multiple shows. That wasn't a thing before. I didn't know if it wasn't a thing, because you could just easily edit the match. So I don't know. They're gonna have to elaborate on some of the new universe mode changes, and they're gonna have to really go into like, what do you mean they could be booked for multiple shows? I don't know. Online has been overhauled. What does that mean? Like, that could be really vague, because one thing it could mean, yeah, the servers are better, but the online is still trash. Like, it's not fun. Or it can mean, oh yeah, it's fun now, but the servers still suck. Or maybe it could mean both. Like, let's just be realistic here. I probably hoping it will just be gameplay, because most likely servers are not. We're not having dedicated servers on a WWE game. I hope we do get that. I don't feel like we will. Let's be honest here. Let's not expect the world from these guys. I don't think we're getting that. A 3-man commentary team with was John Bradshaw, aka JBL. I don't know why they just didn't say JBL. The King and Michael Cole. So all right, about that is my thing with that is I was hoping to get more than just that commentary team. I don't know if this is finalized yet, so I'm not going to say anything too much. But my thing is, if this is like the final, all we're going to get of these guys, I'm hoping that we have a different commentary team for NXT at least. So if I play in the NXT arena, I will have some different commentators, even if it's just Byron Saxton and Renee Young, who, you know what I mean, I'd rather have that over Michael Cole and JBL and Lawler all being on NXT. So I feel like they haven't told us anything, but then again, it could just be they have nothing to tell besides that. That's it. So I'm hoping that they have something for us in terms of that, but they probably won't. So ladder matches, handicap matches, and tornado tag matches have been added back into the game. And I have a feeling there will be more match types to come. Maybe an ambulance match. Maybe I don't know, buried alive. Maybe I was hoping we were gonna get this on 15. Like when I used to play 14, I was hoping we were gonna get this match. A lumberjack match. I think that'd be cool. A lumberjack match, get like the 30-man lumberjacks around the ring. Even if some of them are calls to, that'd be cool. You're playing Universe mode, you have some calls out there, or maybe it's like the Royal Rumble where you get the pick. If that'd be kind of cool too. If you got the pick, the guys that you got to come out as lumberjacks like you do for the Royal Rumble, that'd be kind of cool. I like that. And bring back 40-man Royal Rumble. That'd be cool. Yeah, maybe if they can't do it for 2k16, do it for 17. 40-man Rumble is cool. Universe mode is stacked, so it's hard to do a Rumble. But yeah, 40-man Rumble would be really cool. It's just a game, so. No loading screen between entrances, and you can now assault opponents during entrances. Does that mean, like, if I'm playing as Bad News Bear and I'm the champion, I come out second, and it maybe say Daniel Bryan is my opponent. If I'm coming out to the ring and I'm playing with my friend, can he just hit X, or I think it's X on PlayStation, or maybe Square, and attack me during my entrance? Or is it like I'm in the ring because I already made my entrance and this other guy making an entrance? If I hit X or Square or whatever, I can now attack him? Does that mean that? I'm kind of reading in between the lines here, but I wonder if that's what it means. It could mean that very well, but I'm not sure. It could definitely mean that though. I wonder how that works. We're gonna look more into that though. Improved ref and manager AI. What does that exactly mean? Managers are pretty crap in this game already. They just get on the ropes for nothing. So maybe it could mean that. And like sometimes they already know you're gonna kick out at one, but they'll still get up there. Maybe they improve that way, and that's frustrating to me. But what will they necessarily change in the manager AI? Because they are already a nuisance. So what are they gonna do? Make them even more? Like, they're pretty crap now because they're stupid, but what are they going to do? Make them, like, smart, and then they're going to interrupt the match and then be, like, actual managers where they're almost OD and kind of annoying to have in a match for the person that doesn't have the manager? Or what? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. A lot of things are kind of vague on what's going on. Actually, my computer's going off here, but a lot of things are super vague on what's going on here. So we're going to have to wait and see on what happened with that and improve ref AI. Yes! Yes! Yes. 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 It's about time that we get that. Improved ref AI is something that we needed it for a long time. I don't know why we haven't gotten this, but we needed it for so long. It feels like I had that sigh of relief, like finally, and we get that, and it's just like thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I'm thankful that the developers listen, because there's a lot of times where we'll do tag team matches, and I could probably show you guys some of the footage if I have any just laying around. I can show you guys. The ref will go down to his knee a second after you're going for cover, okay? And in this game, the guys immediately run into the ring and break it up. That's cool. That's great that your opponents are that your partners are actually doing something. But it gets so annoying sometimes. Because your partner, if you're the guy going for the cover, and then your opponent, all right, your opponent's partner comes into the ring every single time you go for the pin, it gets annoying as crap. And then your partner just kind of walks slowly. They should be fighting. If they're going to go into the ring, they should be fighting each other. One should be stopping you from breaking it up, and the other one should be trying to break up the pin. That's what should be going on. But instead he just kind of gonna break it up anyway. The ref waits about maybe a second and a half or whatever, goes down to his knee, waits a half second or so, and counts really slowly. And then it's like, there's no way. I could have got like a 6 count at that point. I could have been like Biggie Yank, then 3 ain't enough. I need 5 at that point. That's what the ref must assume, because that's annoying. That is just annoying. You guys don't know my frustrations. There have been a lot of times where we had tag team matches or Survivor Series. Oh my lord, that frustrated the crap out of me. Where repeatedly in Survivor Series, I had sighs of relief, like when the match would just finally end. The match wouldn't end. It would just continuously go on and go on and go on. No, that was awful. You guys don't even know. That was one of the worst parts of playing the game. 2K15 was fun. I loved it. It was so different. The graphics were good. But it was so annoying to play the game if constantly that would happen in tag team matches. And you kind of have to have tag team matches. And now I can finally have handicap matches again. Yes! Yes! They didn't say anything about create a story. I don't think that's back. If it's not back, I can work without it. I can do things to fix it. It's whatever. And I know some YouTubers that do wrestling content are like, no, we want it back, story creator. I feel like they're waiting, because there's a few things that we're still kind of waiting to feel about, like that they haven't announced yet. More call slots, which is one of them, because 25 is not enough, considering we have alternate attires. And then we also want more guys. That's not enough. Please give us, like, me personally, I want 100, but that's me asking for too much. So I would settle for like 35, maybe even 45. And some people are like 50. I think 50 would be good, but who knows? If they can get 50 in there, if not, it's okay. If they can only get 35, I'll be accepting 35. That's 10 more than I had last year. So I'm cool with that. I'm able to accept things, but I would love to have 100, but that's best case scenario. I know we're not getting that for a while, if ever. So maybe like 2K18 or 17, we could potentially get that, but most likely we won't. So who knows? To be honest with you guys, though, that news to me is different. I don't really know what to say personally. I feel like they still need to announce create a story, like story creator. I feel like that's something that they still need to announce, but I don't know if they will. Those two things are on the ropes. Call slots, more of them. Where are we at there? And where are we sitting in terms of create a story? Will that be returning this year, or will we have to wait another year? A lot of people, a lot of YouTubers will be so pissed if they find out that they have to wait another year for story creator. But me personally, I could go back to 2K14 and work. It's just editing. It's a few. It will take more time on the videos, but it's whatever. You gotta take your time on it. Whatever. If they don't have it, if they have it, it's great. If they don't, work without it. So that's really where you have to kind of work at from there. And it's just, I think personally, in my opinion, it's not that big of a deal. It's a big deal, but it's not that big, because I'm going to try to do my best I can from there. I just want call slots. The call slots is the biggest thing for me. If I get the story creator, it'd be great. If I don't, it's whatever. I'll work around it. But I want it, but if I don't get it this year, it's whatever. I have a feeling if we don't get it this year, they're going to revamp it for next year and make it amazing. And when we get it back, we'll be like, wow, thank God you waited. So I feel like that's what will happen. In call slots, I hope we get a lot of them. A lot more than we have this year. At least I don't mean like throw a 60 of them. I would love it, but I don't think they will. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's a matter of, oh, they can't do it. I feel like they can do it, but they're limited. They have like really, in actuality, more like 9.5 months to make a video game. So the amount of time that we go to school like a school year is pretty much their whole entire dev cycle. So, and the rest of the time is marketing and PR and shipping the game out and testing it and everything like that. So they really only have like 9.5 months to be realistic here to really make a game. And when you have developers that make like Call of Duty and stuff that have like 3 years in terms of Call of Duty or 4 years in terms of a Grand Theft Auto or depending on who you are, so it just you have to cut them a little bit of slack. And what they have gotten done is pretty great. And don't affect this year is not graphics. That's what I do have to say. This year was not a graphic year, but last year was graphics, and this year's like gameplay and features and physics. Like you have to switch year and year. It's different things because you have to have reasons to justify a purchase of a new console. And usually, new games like Uncharted 4 don't come out when a console comes out, which you're seeing right now. Gears of War, Uncharted, Halo have not come out yet. And by the time Halo does come out, which would be what's that, next year or is it this year? Is Halo 5 this year? I don't even know. But I'm pretty sure Halo 5 might actually be this year. And with that though, I'm almost certain it is this year. But those it's almost been 2 years. PS4 has been out. All right, it's closer to 2 years now. You didn't get a Halo. You didn't have it. Yeah, Halo is this year, and you didn't have Uncharted. By the time Uncharted 4 comes out, it would be 2.5 or just about 2.5 years. So it's like you don't have those games right at launch. So it takes time for those games to make. So it's like you have ports from the PS3 and 360 or whatever generation you're moving over to, and you'll have sports games. And a lot of times, people need to justify the purchase of a PS4 and Xbox One or whatever the next consoles are. And by justifying it, it's graphics for most people. Most people recognize, oh, I got a new console. It's graphics they look for most times. People that are uneducated about gaming, they go for the graphics first and foremost. And that's one thing I always stress on. Graphics is the first thing. They don't necessarily care about the physics. Don't really care about the little details. They care about the graphics and how it looks. And that's the one thing that they care about. And with that though, they don't realize that these developers did this in 9 months. So they make a foundation. They can only do so much. So they made a foundation of what they're going to do in the future. They're like, let me give you graphics to justify the purchase of this console and this game. Those graphics, because this game looks leaps and bounds better than 2K14 on the PS3, or forget it, 2K15 on the PS3. So let's be real here. Let's just be real. Like, honestly, to tell you guys the truth, you guys don't get it. I'm being realistic. Because this game looks great. Give it the credit that it deserves. The game had a lot of issues, but it had some pluses too. People want to look at 2K15 like it was a huge failure. It had some pluses on it too. Not everything's perfect. Nothing's perfect. But not everything's horrible. This game was not horrible. Had a lot of mistakes, but it had to make a foundation some way. And I think, me personally, if they would have given us the features and the modes, would have been great. But if they would have been like, well, I have a PS4 and this game looks like it could have ran on my PS3. What the crap? People would have been mad. And long term, 2K would have gotten the flack for that. They didn't get flack. Because, yeah, the wrestling fans were kind of mad, like, what the crap is this? And cursing 2K out, like, man, fuck Corey Ledesma, he don't work there anymore. Or fuck Arby, so he doesn't even work there anymore. Or fuck 2K, and I hate this game. No, it didn't. It's not like that. The game wasn't a bad game. Had issues, just like any other game. And to tell you guys the truth, it's just, with that, you have to be kind of looking past that. 2K did the smart business move. It's a business, all about making money. And yes, it's for our entertainment. They're in the business of entertaining us. But they are in a business of making money. They don't care necessarily all the time about consumer happiness. Consumer happiness is huge. We have to be realistic. It's a business about making money. And how to make money is you put the picture of John Cena on the back and everything like that with the pictures of the game and everything like that. Oh, yeah. People are like, wow, that game looks real. My God, I got to pick it up just for the graphics. This year, for the WWE fans like us that love the games, they added the modes back in. They added features. They added meat to the bones that they laid out. And now that's what they laid the foundation down to build the building. So they're really growing. Now this is the time of where they're reconstructing what WWE is going to be now that they're with 2K and now that they're on next generation hardware. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a new step in the right direction, which I know it is. And I could tell that I saw it within 2K15. I was a little bit disappointed with how it was, but I realized what was going on next. And this is exciting. You guys are finally seeing what I've kind of known for the last few months. Is exciting, and I'm really happy with it because they're giving us what we wanted. Universe mode is kind of, from what I could tell, it's taking a lot of GM mode components, which you guys have been begging for a very long time. I've heard YouTube commentators talk about this for months and months and years and years and years, and we've complained and complained and complained. Now we got it. Nobody can deny we have it now. We got Creative Diva back. We got Creative Arena. We got Creative Show. We got those things back. Creative Belt. We got those. We got improved Ref AI. Manager AI, not that big, but we got improved Ref AI. And if you guys don't know what AI is, artificial intelligence, for those of you guys that are not like knowing of what that is, we got those things. We have improved my career. I don't know how improved it is, because NBA 2K has the Spike Lee. But you guys need to stop comparing NBA's my career to WWE. NBA's had my career since like 2K6 or 2K10, something like that. And so don't compare them. They've had a lot of time to practice and work. And this year, you definitely can't compare 2K16 to NBA 2K16. Like, those games don't compare. Like, because their my career over there at NBA, even though they work in the same building, their my career is done by Spike Lee, who's the professional movie director, who's doing theirs. So if they have like Paul Heyman come in, and like Paul Heyman, Eric Bischoff, or something sit down, or maybe just Paul Heyman sit down and actually work on the universe mode, not universe, but excuse me, my career for next year, and just write out the story, and maybe don't even have it come out next year. Maybe write it for 2K18, and then they have a year and a half, closer to 2 years, to work on the game, to work on the story, those two. And then they have plenty of cutscenes, plenty of story. Like, if I really want to get into it, you could start off in you could be a kid graduating out of high school, similar to NBA 2K. You always loved wrestling since you were a kid, okay? It's just a generic story to start you off. And then you wrestle at some local YMCAs and some local little events, and you're pretty bad at it, pretty bad. And you finally save up a little in-game currency like VC, SP, whatever they use, and you go off to what's that school? OVW. You go off to OVW. Alright, so you go to OVW now to learn how to wrestle. Or maybe you find a wrestling trainer, like Eva Marie had Brian Kendrick, so maybe you call him up, and that would take more VC or SP or whatever. Or maybe you call, like, who else? Who else would you go to, like, what, Rhino or something? I don't know. Yeah, Brian Kendrick will probably be one of the options, and who else? Maybe DDP to learn from him, or Jericho. Probably those could probably be some good options there. And you go to one of those places, DDP, Jericho, what's the name? Kendrick. Yeah, DDP, Jericho, or Kendrick. Or you go to OVW. And all those cost different amount of SP or VC or whatever they use in the game. So it's not real money, it's the virtual currency. So you pick which one you go to. If you go to OVW, you learn. You go to, you have matches there in OVW. You learn for Chris Sabin, you just stay in the dojo. Not Chris Sabin, excuse me, Brian Kendrick, and you stay in the dojo and just work, and just keep on working and training, similar to what you see on Total Diva with Eva Marie. And same deal with Jericho or DDP, but DDP, you could potentially show like some love for DDP yoga, and you do some of that as well, and then your guy will probably be more agile to do more like Justin Gabriel style things, or maybe Neville if that works for you guys. But from there you go to wrestle in the Indies, and maybe you could just stay Ring of Honor, or maybe you could do, maybe if you get good enough to do this, you can do multiple places. You can work New Japan, you can work Ring of Honor, you can work PWG, Lucha Underground. You can work GFW, do multiple promotions and work those, and that would be kind of cool to see that develop. Would be different, and I think having that in the game would be drastically different. And you couldn't obviously have Ring of Honor, New Japan, PWG, those things in the game. So what you do is you have companies that are pretty much mocking them. So it's like you don't call them that. You call them different names. You call them some generic name or whatever, because that's what they would probably do. You call them some generic name, and then you have arenas that look identical to their arenas though, so you could tell what it is. Like Lucha Underground, you have the dirt on the mat. You'll be in Mexico, stuff like that. PWG, you'll have some no racists or anything like that. You'll have Asians in the crowd. You'll have a similar dome arena. You'll have some similar pay-per-views like Wrestle Kingdom 9 or Wrestle Kingdom 10, or you'll have what's that pay-per-view that they do? Ring of Honor. Forgot that show. Dang. WrestleCade 9, I think. No, dang it. That's New Japan. My bad. I can't think of the name of it. It happens during the week of WrestleMania. I'm about to feel so stupid. I'm about to remember it right after this video. But anyway, so you have those. You have some shows that you're like, oh, I can tell what that show's supposed to be, and you could work different indie dates, or you could just stay with one promotion. If you enjoy one promotion, and you enjoy the guys that are there. Say if you enjoy more of the New Japan style, so you stay there in Japan and just kill it there. And then eventually you could pull a Finn Balor, and you get a call from Triple H. And Triple H say, hey, man, come to NXT. I'll give you a tryout. All right, you do a tryout. He's like, okay, well, then bad. And he puts you in the Performance Center. Maybe if you're not doing great, you'll be in the Performance Center for like 6, maybe 8 months. And then he's like, you're doing really great. Come on, you're going to do a couple shows. You work. And then you're like, and then he's like, all right, great job, man. You're doing it. You're on NXT TV. You're killing it. You're NXT champion. Next thing you know, it's probably been a year and a half. And then after that, fans are loving you. You got social media followers in the game. You got fan base. You got people wearing your T-shirts because you get to make T-shirts in the game. That'd be kind of cool too. You got fans, and you got everything like that going on for you. Everybody loving you, and then you get the call about doing the main roster. You can either stay down there or go to the main roster. But if you're a huge star like Owens, you could do both. But you have to make sure your time down at NXT was showing that you deserve to be that big guy that can do both and get that big paycheck. And make sure that when you're NXT champion, you have a bigger paycheck than you would when you're not champion. And if you are able to do both main roster and NXT, it's more work on your guy. So his body will take a physical and mental and stamina toll. But he'll also have a lot of money and a lot more experience, and he'll get a lot better. And it'll grow a lot more fans. So there's risk and reward there, and there are backstage politics that go on, and there are in-ring storylines that you would actually see on WWE TV, and it would be like a really great universe mode. Not universe mode. I keep saying universe mode. My career. That's my perfect my career that I kind of thought up the other night, and I just started writing it down. I figured that would be the best way of doing it. That, in my opinion, that's the way I would go about it. Me personally, that's how I would do it. And I kind of got off track, but that's how I would do my career personally. And everything else seems pretty good, though. I like how everything else is kind of balanced. And to tell you guys the truth, that interests me. Like when I hear about stuff like this is right where I want it to be. Like with the news that had come out, they gave us like GMO component from what I could tell, and I feel like this is perfect. This is like the best thing that we could get for a long time. I'm really happy with it, man. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what's going on. I'm a big fan because it's like I'm sitting here discussing these things with you, and it's almost so surreal to think about, because I don't know, these guys are awesome, and I've always enjoyed this, man. Wrestling is awesome, and we're getting everything that we want. No more load screen, which is not a big thing, but it's like they're trying to do those little details to make those little fans, because I know wrestling fans are so picky, and we're so, like, we notice the details. We're so picky, and they know that. And I can't wait to get more information on it, guys. I could talk forever about this. There's so many possibilities. But I'm going to cut this video off here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give us a like here on Gamer Central 101. We'll be doing more Game of React on different topics, not just wrestling, video games, TV, pop culture related here at Game of React. It's awesome, reviewing stuff. But we're not really giving it just a review. It's called a Game of React. And right now I'm just reacting to stuff, so it's insane. That's why I call it a Game of React. And if you guys enjoyed this, please give us a like. And if you guys like us enough, please share it with your friends here on Gamer Central 101. Thanks, guys.